إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. في سورة الرعد يقول الله سبحانه وتعالى: أفمن يعلم أنما أنزل إليك من ربك الحق كمن هو أعمى. In this ayah, straight translation, is he the one who knows that what has been revealed to you, O Muhammad, is the absolute truth and guidance, similar to the person who is blind. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you those examples, comparing things or parables, a normal person should really think deep. What's the point that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala getting across to us, and how much you understand? In this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really comparing believers with disbelievers, comparing knowledgeable people with ignorant people, comparing people who see and who are blind, all in this part of the ayah. A believer thinks, knows, thinks, and applies. A disbeliever usually doesn't know, and if he knows, he doesn't apply. And if he apply, it's not sincere. And knowledgeable person and ignorant person. A knowledgeable person learns, thinks, applies. Ignorant person, similar to the disbeliever, but you add to it, he doesn't know, doesn't want to know, and obviously if you don't know, you don't apply. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, a'ma, blind. So you have a knowledgeable person who has vision, who can actually see. And you have an ignorant person or a disbeliever who's actually blind in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The vision and the blindness that we are talking about is knowing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants, the knowledge that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referring to. So if you have vision and you have no knowledge, you're blind. In the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're blind. Because what's the point of having the knowledge if you don't apply it? And if you are ignorant, you're blind. If you cannot drive a car, what's the point of seeing it? Either way, you don't know how to drive, or you don't see the car, it's the same thing. Seeing the car is not going to get you anywhere. So you have people who see, who have vision, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said they are created for hellfire. Why? Because the vision that they see, they don't look beyond it. They just see pictures. They see trees, they see sky, they see, but they don't think beyond the picture itself. Who made it? Who created it? What's the purpose of it? Why I'm looking at it? None of that. What am I supposed to do when I see it? Yani when you look at something beautiful, what are you supposed to say? the first thing comes to your mind is the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why He said, فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. So, if your vision is not going to take a picture and transfer it to your heart to make it act upon faith, then you're blind. If your hearing is not going to hear the words and filters it and takes it to the heart, not just voices that goes from one ear to the other. Animals hear voices, they don't benefit from it. People hear voices, they don't benefit from it. Why? Because they just hear the voice and it doesn't transfer to the heart. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَا تَكُونُوا مِنَ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَهُمْ لَا يَسْمَعُونَ. Don't be from the people who say, we heard, but they actually did not hear. What does He mean by it? They heard the voice, but they did not pay attention, they did not think, it did not go to the heart, it did not make a change to them. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made that comparison in the ayah. أَفَمَنْ يَعْلَمُ أَنَّمَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ الْحَقُّ كَمَنْ هُوَ أَعْمَى. Are those people who are, their vision is good, their hearing is good, they have the knowledge, they believe in the message, are they equal to someone who has none of the above? It's the distance of heaven to earth between the two. And only can understand that whom, that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sealed the ayah with, إِنَّمَا يَتَذَكَّرُ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. No one reflects and remembers and acts upon this and understand this, but people with sound mind, people with humble mind, people who are not arrogant, people who don't reject the truth, people who accept the truth and apply the truth. Those people know the difference between a blind person and an ignorant person, a person of the Jannah and a person from the hellfire. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قال لا يستوي أصحاب النار وأصحاب الجنة. People of hell and people of heaven are never equal. Why? أصحاب الجنة هم الفائزون. The day of judgment you have faiz and you have loser. No third, nothing in between. You either faiz with the Jannah or loser with the hellfire. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. So brother, reflecting on the Quran and understanding the Quran and following the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam makes a difference in our life. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us be from the people of the Quran and the people of the Sunnah. And always remember, Sunnah takes you to Jannah. جزاكم الله خيرا. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم.